Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tangle Time Arts. I'm Nana, and it's such a gloomy day. I thought we would try a new tangle. Well, at least it's a new tangle for me. It's called Umble, and it has a little bit of the hollabah effect, if you're familiar with hollabah, which is one of the basic tangles. Umble is a little different, and because it's a little complicated, we're just going to focus on that today. I have a black Zendala and a white gel pen. Today I'm using the UniBall Signo, and I have a white chalk pencil and a tortillon just for working with the white chalk pencil. All right, to set this up, oh, and we also need a number two pencil. So to set this up, I'm going to move this aside for a second. You want to have little pencil marks at the top and the bottom and the left and the right. They don't have to be exact. You don't have to measure, but they're just there as guidelines for us to start with our umble. And then for our first row of umble, I think I'm going to set that up by using another Zendala and just kind of sliding it over that and putting in a pencil line for each of the four sections. And as you can see, it's a little bit off from the pencil lines, not on the pencil lines. Let me make sure you can see that on the camera. And I'll do that, and then we'll do one more. Okay. And it doesn't have to be exact. Approximate is fine. And then you're going to take your white gel pen, whether it's a Jelly Roll or a UniBall or some other brand, that's fine. And if you're working with a white sheet of paper, I would recommend using a black pen. And we're just going to let's get this started a little bit. There we go. Sometimes the gel pens can be a little bit fussy. And I do have a backup pen just in case. So we're just going to trace over those pencil lines to begin with. And then for each one, we are going to do an aura, which is about the width of my tortillon. And I'm just going to work my way around. Like that. And for each one of those areas, I'm going to add lines on the inside. Umble fascinates me, but it does seem a little busy sometimes. All right. So once we have our first layer or row of arcs there, we're going to do a second one. And I'm kind of starting, let's see, kind of in the center of each of these arcs. And I'm going to go over to the center of the other one, kind of like that. So I'm just a little off from the center. When I meet the previous one, I'm going to lift my pen up, kind of air draw over to the other side, and then keep going, and then finish that off like that. And then we're going to do the same as we did before with the aura. And then more auras on the inside. And I thought for this row of them, I like to add some orbs. So I'm going to put those little orbs or perfs, if you'd like to call them perfs, Perfs. And those are optional. I just like to add them. And then we're going to keep doing the same as we work our way around the Zendala. I don't work too often on the black tiles. It's just my preference to use the white ones and the tan ones. So this is kind of an extra challenge for me, which is a good thing. It's good to try new things and to be challenged. And we're just going to keep working our way around. And again, adding in those little orbs all in a row. And then we have our last one to put in there. All right, and then we're going to keep layering. So now for our, so that would be, we've got one, two, we're going to add a third one. So I'm going to start kind of right where the little pencil mark is. And we're going to go higher above this initial one. So we're kind of going higher. So let's go like that, lift our pen up, air draw over, and then arc over to the other side and come back down aiming for that kind of pencil line there. And then we're going to aura that and add add our little inner auras. All right, and then we're going to work our way around to complete this row. So we're getting a very nice layered effect here. And we just keep going. Oops, I went a little bit over too far. That's okay. I'm just going to start up here. And finish that way. Like that. And then we can keep going with another layer of the ones with the little perfs in it, or we could stop. You can leave this as is. Let's see what do I want to do? I actually think this is enough layers for me with the Zendala. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of color to these. And I think I'm going to switch from my white gel pen to, I have this package of, I just picked up this package of the UniBall Gel Impact metallics, and they come in violet, pink, and blue. So I'm going to open that up and check these out. I have not tried these before. So let's go with the blue and see. I'm just going to test that a little bit on the back. Oh, that's a nice color. So I'm going to use that to fill in this area here. Maybe not. Let's see how it goes. I just want to kind of see how these gel pens work, these metallics. They go on kind of darker and they are drying a little bit lighter. Is that, you kind of see the metallic effect of that? So I'm just going to go around and fill in the center stripe of each. At this point, the pen is flowing really nicely. And then we're at our last one here. right, so blue is drying to a really nice silvery light blue color. Let me take a look at the violet. I don't know how well it's going to show up on the black, so let's see. All right, we'll give that a try. So I think I'll use the violet on this set of stripes here. See how that looks. If you have a different set of gel pens in different colors, by all means, give those a try. I'm just experimenting a little bit here today. And again, it goes on darker and it is drying to a nice silvery lavender type of color. So far, the violet ink is flowing much better than the blue was. And then we have our last area here. I think I was able to pick up this set of metallic pens at, I think it was Meyer. So if you have a Meyer near you, you might want to check that out. All right. And last, we have a pink metallic. So let's see what that's going to look like. All right. It's a nice color to it. And I'm going to use that to fill in the little orbs, the perfs, or you could even call them tipple if you like. See how that looks. So these definitely dry much lighter than how they come out of the pen. And that's true with all of the colors, the blue, the violet, and the pink. Pink also flows very well. There we go. We have that filled in. So it's very, they definitely dry very much as a pastel color. Even though they're metallics, it's it's definitely a pastel color with a hint of silver, so as far as the metallic goes. So it's much more of a silver tone to it. And so now I have a light blue, a lavender, and a light pink. Very pretty though. All right, now I'm going to take my white chalk pencil and I'm just going to add a little bit of shading. Um, so I think I'll add to these areas here. And it's not going to take too well over the metallics. I'm just going to skip over those areas. But I'm just kind of doing this underneath area. I'm starting on the one with the perfs or the orbs. All right, and then I'm also going to add some here and also there. So I'm kind of adding the shading under the curves, under the arches. And then for some interest, I'm just going to add a little bit of shading in the center. You might not have a lot of space in the center if you added more layers of the umble, but I chose not to. I only have the 3 layers. All right, just I'm gonna leave that like that. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of the shading or the chalk around the edge. And there are different ways you can shade. This is just one way that I'm experimenting with. And you don't have to press very hard with this. The black Zendala really picks up the chalk pencil really easily. I'm going to set my chalk pencil aside now and pick up my tortillon. I have a tortillon specifically just for working with the white chalk pencil, and I always mark it with a WH for white because I don't want to get them mixed up. So tortillons are very reasonably priced. So I would highly recommend that you definitely separate out your tortillons. Have ones for graphite and then have ones for working with the chalk pencils. All right, and then I'm just gonna start just like we would with graphite. I'm just blending that. And working our way around, just taking our time. Remember, you can always add a little more of the chalk pencil if you'd like, once you've blended it out the first time. Also, if you like it the way it is, you don't really have to blend it, but I think I like blending it out for this particular project. And just slowly work your way around. All right, and I think I worked my way around, and I'm going to blend out the center section a little bit. There's a really nice effect to it. And then don't forget the edges, and be careful when you're working with a chalk pencil because it could come off on your fingers. If you want to, you can lay down a piece of paper so it protects the piece and it also protects your fingers. I'm just working very carefully here, but I'm going to blend out the edges a little bit. Just lightly working my way around. And I think that's it. I think we made it all the way around and we've got that all filled in. I'm going to now go back with my white gel pen and put my initials on it somewhere. So I'm taking a look, kind of rotating to see where I'd like to put my initials. And I think I'm going to just tuck it in here like that. All right. And I don't think I need to add any more shading, but if you'd like to go back and have some areas with that look a little brighter, you can definitely add more of the chalk pencil. At this point, I'm going to flip it over and sign Anna, and the date is January 8th, 24. And I'm just going to call this a weekly tangle. My goal is to learn a new tangle a week, at least one. Maybe there's weeks that we'll do two, but this is our first one. And we had Umble, which is an original tangle from Zentangle. And we also had some Orbs or Perfs, Perfs, which are Orbs, or you could call them tipple. And I think that's about it for this one. It's kind of pretty, actually. I like the metallic on it. Make sure to hold it up and really turn it around and take a look at it and give yourselves a pat on the back because it's beautiful. I've had a great time learning this new tangle, well, new for me, tangle, Umble, and I hope this was helpful to you as well. Join me in the next demo when we'll pick another tangle to learn together. Have a great day. I love you guys. Bye.